Hello, welcome to episode 14 of the Datapack tutorial series for version 1.21 episode. We're going to make a lightning rod that summons lightning. Yeah, it's a bit clickbaity, I know. Maybe it'll get me a few extra views. Right, there's our crafting table. There's my lightning rod. I'm going to stick another star on top of it. There we go, not to the side, on top. That gives me my zapper. Zapper, you can guess what it's going to do. It's going to zap. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We zap. And that is how we zap. Okay, well that's about all there is to it really. So let's get on and build it now. Okay, here we are in Missode's recipe generator. And we're going to go for a shaped crafting this time. Why not? Let's put the keys in first. I like to do the keys first. I'm going to use a lightning rod. So I'll have L for lightning rod. And I'll have a nether star. N for nether star. So L, let's do lightning rod. And this one was a nether. Oh my god, there's a lot. Nether star. Okay, now let's make a pattern. I'm just going to say we need to have the nether star on top, and the lightning rod can go under it. There we go. Now that should work wherever we put it, as long as they are like that. What's the result going to be? Result is going to be a lightning rod. Done. And we're going to give it some components. So let's give it an item name. Item name. Add. How should we type this in? Let's do open and close curlies. We'll have text and a color, I think. So let's do text. I'll call it Zapper. That'll do. And a color. Green. Boom. Okay, so I don't think we have to edit that one. We'll find out. GalSergey did give me some tips. That one I think works. The other one I couldn't get to work. We're going to put in some custom data. And they said put it in as an object. So custom data, we'll add that. So we got object there. Now I can type it here. Down. Let me highlight that. Down here. So I could type in Bob Zapper true, but if I copy this now, it removes it, so I can't do that. So I'm going to put it in as a string. I'm going to say, let's see how we can do it. I think if we do it like this, Zapper true. Right, now all I have to do is maybe go in and remove the speech marks on each side and the escaping. Okay, we'll leave that for now. We'll fix that later. Let's make it a food item. We're in 1.21, remember. Food, let's add that. Can always eat. True saturation and nutrition, no. Eat seconds. 1,000,000, that'll do. I think. Oh no, let's give it enchantment glint override. Enchantment glint override, yeah, add that so it'll look enchanted. Set it to true. Okay. Should be alright, let's copy that. Copy. And let's go over to VS Code. Here we are in our bare bones data pack. If you don't know how to get this far, you can watch episode 1. So we're going to need a recipe. So right click on our namespace, create new folder, recipe. Let's just close function down. Make sure they're next to each other. Yes, they are. Let's make a new file in recipe. I'll just call it zapper.json. That'll do. Let's paste our recipe in there and save it. Let's just change the custom data bits. Here we are. I'm going to take the speech marks off each end and I'm going to remove the escaping. There we go. Let's save that. Let's pop over to our Datapack world. Okay, F5. Let's pop down a crafting table. Lightning rod. Put the nether star there. Doesn't work there. No. On top. Yes. And it's giving me an emerald. Which is interesting. Okay. We didn't do reload. There we go. Let's put that on there. That on there. It's giving me a lightning rod. There we go. I didn't do reload. That was an old testing one I was doing. So we have our zapper. Let's grab our zapper. Cool. Let's do some stuff with the zapper. First thing we're going to want would be an advancement. So let's go back to Misode, and we'll make ourselves an advancement. We can just click here, advancement. There we go. It is going to be a using item, and the conditions. The item, well, it is a lightning rod. Yep. And we're going to have a predicate. We're going to check the custom data. Add that. Put the custom data in. Well, we'll do string again. And what did we have? We had zapper true. Okay, so we're going to have to edit that again. I'll get this working properly one day. For now, we'll just go back and edit it. Right. Oh, we need a reward. Okay. My namespace is IDYT, episode 14. I'm going to also put it into a folder called Zapper, and we will call this Start Ray. That's going to start the raycast. Okay, let's copy that. Copy over here. Back to VS Code. So we need an advancement folder in our namespace. New folder. Advancement. In there. New file. We'll call it Zapper again. .json. Paste that in there. Get rid of the escaping. Get rid of the speech marks on the sides. And we'll save that. We don't have Zapper start ray, so let's make some functions. Let's do a new folder, Zapper. And inside Zapper, we'll have, let's see, what do we want? Well, we need start ray. Start ray.mc function. And we're going to have ray as well. Ray.mc function. And we're going to have a hit entity. That'll do. Hit entity, or hit something. I'll just call it entity, but we're going to use this if it hits a block as well. MC function. Okay, that seems good. Right, let's go to load, because we're going to need some stuff in here. We're going to want a range. So let's do scoreboard objectives. Add as. Sorry. Range is going to be a dummy, and then let's set the range using a fake player. So scoreboard players set fake player. We call it maximum or max range. I'm going to be moving a quarter of a block each step. So if I do 256 divided by 4 will give us 64. So our range is 64 blocks. Okay, let's save that. That's load done. Let's go to start ray. So what do we want to do first? Well, we're going to start the ray. First thing, we want to revoke that advancement so we can do it again. Advancement. Revoke. S only. ID, only the Zapper advancement. Yep, and then I'm going to set a temporary value to the maximum range. So scoreboard players. What on earth did I write there? That was awful. Players operation. Let's fake player. This range equals max range. Okay, and then we will execute. Anchored eyes. Oh. Enter. Execute. So as S, but we don't need as S because the function is running as S anyway. So execute anchored eyes. Positioned. I think a little bit in front of me would probably be a good idea. So, one block in front of me. run function zap array. So we started the function which revokes the advancement, sets the maximum range, or sets current range to maximum range, and then starts zap array. In ray, we are going to execute positioned 1, 2, 3. Let's go minus 0.5, minus 0.5 on the X, Y, and Z. So we're minusing by half a block. Okay, keep that in mind, minusing by half a block at any entity whose dy equals 0. So that's going to, the minimum you can do, that's going to be 1 block. So that's going to go from minus half a block on the y to plus half a block on the y. So that's 1 block. And because we've said dy equals 0, it's going to assume that dx equals 0 and dz equals 0 as well. So we only need to put one of them in. We could have done dx. I don't know why I picked y. Right, and we'll do a limit of 1. What we'll do is we'll run function hit entity. So we've found an entity in that little gap, in that little area as it flies along. We'll run hit entity. We'll also do execute unless block at those coordinates is air run function hit entity. That seems all right. And then we will say, oh well, we've used a bit of our range, so let's do scoreboard players remove this range 1. So we'll go down by 1. And now we want to run this function again if we're still within range. So let's execute if score this range matches 1 or higher. So positioned 0.25, so 1/4 of a block. So we're moving the execution position forward by 1/4 of a block. That's why we picked 256 for the range, because we're only going 1/4 of a block at a time. So 256 divided by 4, or 1/4 of 64. What are we going to do? We're going to run function, this function. So we'll be running ray again. Okay, save that. And now if we hit something, so let's go into hit entity. Let's say scoreboard players reset this range. So we've hit something, so we reset the range. So the range is now null, which means in our array function our range is not 1 or higher anymore, so that's good. Okay, and let's just summon some lightning. Summon lightning. I think we could, lightning bolt, of course. Yes, lightning bolt. I think we could just do that. I think we can leave those off. I think we could just do that. Let's try that. Okay, so we can craft it. So we go to the recipe. We can craft it. Once we've crafted it, we can then, should be able to zap. Oh, hello. Because you just need updating, do you? Yes, you do. Then our advancement will check if we use it. If we use it, it will start the ray. Start the ray will revoke the advancement so we can use it again and set the current range. And then it will run ray. Ray will say, hello, is there an entity? If there is, we'll do hit entity. Is there a block? If there is, we'll do hit entity. And scoreboard players remove, we'll remove 1 for the range, and then if range is still higher than 1, we'll go around and we'll keep doing this. Blah, 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 blah. If we hit an entity, we will reset the range and summon some lightning. Ooh, okay, let's have a little test. Don't forget to do the reload. So if I just do that, it will probably work. Holy moly, that was loud. Okay, well, I'll just turn the volume down in editing. I'll try not to keep shouting. Okay, so that worked when we hit the wall. Let's let's have a look at this. What would be? Oh, well, that hit me. Okay, so that's not very good. We don't want it hitting me. That's okay. Let's get ourselves a spawn egg of some sort. Spawn. A husk. Husk. I should have just typed in husk. Husks live in the day, don't they? So let's get a husk. Here we go. All right. Certainly seems to be working. But if we fire up, nothing. Oh, ow. Okay, so there's a little angle where it's detecting me and killing and shooting the lightning at me. Well, I don't want that. Okay, let's go back. We can fix that in a few ways, I should imagine. Let's go to the ray. At the moment, we're just checking for any entity. So we could say type equals not player. Obviously now it's not going to shoot players. You can obviously still shoot them around the feet if you wanted. That would still probably get them. So that should stop it from getting me. Reload. So it was when we looked up there, wasn't it? There we go. Okay, it's not getting players anymore. Nice. Right, so it works. It hits blocks, it hits entities. What problems do we have? Well, it's a lightning rod. There we go. I can put it down. So if I was in survival, sorry, I could just put that down. I go, oh, I've lost my lightning rod. That cost me a nether star to make that. That's all right. I'll just break it and get it back. Oh. Do you know what? I didn't realise that breaking these things took so long with just your hand. I should get myself a pickaxe. This was going to take forever. Get a pickaxe. Give me that. Oh, I've got a pickaxe. That's lucky. And my lightning rod has gone up there with all the other boring ones. So it's lost all its information. So there's the problem. We can put it down. Now, I suppose if you're in adventure mode, you could make it so it had a can place on tag. And actually, don't even have a can place on tag, and then you couldn't put it down. Does that work? Let's try that. Let's go into adventure mode. It's always good to test stuff. Let's make ourselves our lightning rod. There's our zapper. Let's deafen ourselves once more. It still works. Now, it doesn't have a can place on, so I should... Ow. That's very dangerous. I shouldn't be able to place it down. No, I can't. But I am summoning lightning very close to myself. It's hitting the block. It's not hitting me. But it's still damaging me, as lightning would when it's that close. Okay, so we fixed that in adventure mode. If you're not in adventure mode, you're probably going to want to use an item that someone can't place. But then you've got the problem that you said, oh, I'll use lightning paper. The problem with that is you can craft with paper, so someone could then craft with it and then they'd lose it that way. So we got a few things. Something else I don't like is there's no cooldown on it yet. We should probably put a cooldown on it. I think there's a few extra things we could do to make this better. Chuck some comments in the description. I don't know, maybe cooldown. Maybe we want it to work on the players, because we are here excluding all players. Do we want? Maybe we want to be able to lightning players. I think something we could do is we could probably, in start ray, we could probably give ourselves a tag, say tag user, and then in here ray say tag equals not user. That would probably work. Any other problems we want to fix? The cooldown would be nice to fix. I mean, we could do a very simple... Let's do a very simple single-player cooldown, because I reckon that could be pretty easy. So where are we resetting? If we go to Start Ray, here, we're revoking the zapper. Okay, let's make a new function, new file, reset cooldown.mc. I can't type at all. MC function. And I'm going to go into my start ray, and we're going to get the bit that's revoking the advancement, and I'm going to put it in here. Now, we'll go back to start ray, and what we'll do is we'll schedule that function. to run in 2 seconds. There we go. Save. Now you think that might work. So we get here, in 40 ticks, run reset cooldown. Reset cooldown, revoke the advancement for S. Now it's not going to work. The problem is, when we call functions, like here we're calling this function, it keeps the context of S. So it knows who and where they are, who's running it. But when we schedule a function, it forgets. So it's going to schedule this function. It's not going to keep the context of @s. It's going to come here and it's going to revoke @s, and it's just going to say, I don't know who that is. So we'll just fix that really easily, and we'll put for all players. Done. And that's what makes it single player only. Because imagine you fired your lightning stick, and then I fired mine. When your function runs, it will reset mine as well. Anyway, that's just a quick one we threw on the end for a bit of fun. Does it work? Let's go and test it quickly, and then we'll end the episode. Don't forget to reload. Can we spam it? No, I can't spam it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, it's about every 2 seconds. That was rather loud in my ears. Okay, I think we're done. Let's say done. Okay, we'll keep it a little bit. Try and keep it short. I think we're already about 20 minutes, so I wasn't that short. Anyway, any ideas for improvements or things we can do to it? Just chuck them in the comments. We can always come back and revisit this later. Take care. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.